YouTubers, what is happening? Got a new knife for you today. Yep, another Civivi. But I'll tell you what, they're absolutely killing it right now. And one of the things why is because they just announced like a lot of these budget models, right? I mean, I had them at SHOT Show, and they usually when companies are gonna announce stuff at SHOT Show, it's not gonna come out for like who knows how long. I mean, think about the Spyderco Smock; it's like over a year now. But these guys, man, they announced them, put them out there, and then bam, here they are, already out. So this is the Wyvern, and this one is cool because it is under 50 bucks for one thing. It's sporting their dragon scales in it. Now this is an FRN handle. You've seen this dragon scales on a couple of their titanium models. The recent one is the Draken, I believe it's called, and I really, really want that one. Like, it's awesome. I love that look of the scale, and they did it on the titanium. So they decided to offer it in a budget version. This knife is very, very similar to that one. I don't have it in hand, but looking at them side by side, I saw a side-by-side comparison on their Instagram, and it looks very, very similar, obviously, minus the differences in materials. So let's go over basic specs real quick before we get into... Oh, and by the way, I'll get this out of the way at first. I did the video on the Statera, and a lot of people were... I gave a discount code to White Mountain Knives for 10% off, and I was actually using the Slicey Dicey's code, so you're welcome. But I actually have my own code now, so I got up with White Mountain Knives, and he provided me a code today, so I'll leave that in the description. I will say it here as well. It's EDC WMK, so EDC, obviously for my channel, and White Mountain Knives, WMK. So that's the new code, and you can use that for 10% off anything on the site, and especially like even including this knife here. I'm pretty sure it works on everything. It may have some limitations with map pricing. I'm not sure on that, but yeah, I do have my own code now, guys. So if you shop there at White Mountain Knives, please use that code. Help support the channel. So appreciate it. All right, so overall length on this guy is 7.9 inches. Your blade length is 3.45, 3-inch cutting edge, nice because of this nice generous choil. You have a blade thickness of 0.12, so it's pretty thin blade stock. It is D2 steel. Got a nice drop point blade there with a hollow grind and a satin finish. And handle length is 4.5 inches, and it's 0.63 inches thick. Now that seems way thicker than it is. It's not really that thick. I'm going to double check this measurement, this spec here. It does not feel that thick. No, it's not. It's 0.5. At the thickest part, it's 0.56, so it's a little thicker than normal in the hand, but it feels super good. It feels super good in the hand. And you have, this is the OD green. It also comes in black, and it weighs 3 ounces exactly. And you have a tip-up carry. Black hardware on this guy, so they did the... I like this a lot, actually. I would have loved to have seen it on this knife. Come to think of it, that would look way better with a black clip, right? I don't know. Don't know why they did on this one and not on the Statera, but hey. So you got a black clip, black hardware. You have the Civivi logo there. You have bearing flipper, liner lock. It's got a pretty beefy liner lock too. Pretty decent lockup, probably like less than 40%. Very smooth action. It does run on, like I said, on bearings, and you have multiple ways to open this knife. So you can obviously use the flipper, and the D10 is really good for that. You can use the thumb hole to flick it open. You can slow roll it with the thumb hole. You can actually use the thumb hole for middle finger flicks. You got all kinds of options. And what's awesome is this knife has this fuller that goes all the way across, including there, and it's really deep. So you can actually get your finger in there even without using a thumb hole and open the knife. So lots of deployment options, guys. So under 50 bucks, D2 steel, FRN handle. Great, great action. I don't know. Man, I don't know what you do wrong there. I mean, it's got stainless steel frame lock, obviously. Not frame lock, liner lock. Really good. And it's got a titanium pocket clip and hardware. I mean, for 50 bucks, under 50 bucks, it's $49.30, but with the code, I think it's like $41. Don't quote me on that, but it's 10% off. So, so you'll get it cheaper than that even with that discount code. So here's a few size comparisons for you. I'll do this to Statera. It's about the same size as that one. A little bit smaller in the handle. And then here's the Shard. That's one of Civivi's smallest knives. So it's kind of in between those two. Here it is next to the Real Steel Metamorph MK2. It's very, very similar in size of that one as well. Metamorph has a little bit longer blade. And we'll do the ZT470. So, let's get some size comparisons in there for you. Alright, so I got this in. It's funny, I ordered this one, and then I placed another order like the next day because this was in, and I'm like, I would have put them together if I would have known. I don't know if they came in the same day or what, but regardless, free shipping, which is great, but I could have saved White Mountain nice little money on shipping there. So this one is FRN, which I'm not typically a huge fan of FRN, let me be honest with you. I think it's, you know, it's usually found on cheaper knives, right? Like, but I mean, you look at the Spyderco Delica, that's not a cheaper knife, and it's got FRN handles. But the FRN handle works really well on this with this dragon scale material. It just got good texture. It's got good grip. It feels good in the hand. The handle is it's got just a FRN backspacer. It is gives you a nice solid grip. It's very rounded, so it's very comfortable in the hand. The ergonomics are fantastic. Remember how I was raving about the ergonomics on this Statera? Well, guess what? They're just as good on the Wyvern. So, I hope I'm saying that right. Wyvern, there's a V in there. And that could be silent, for all I know. D2 steel, I've used this for a lot of EDC tasks, food prep, mostly actually food prep. Just happened to have it on me, and I was doing slicing up some sausage, and then I was doing, at a restaurant, and used it to cut up my burrito in half because it was massive. So, works good for that. It's a good slicer of cardboard as well. I hate to bring it down all the way into this, but just to give you an example, I just had this sitting here. It goes right through that cardboard without any problems at all. Super comfortable in the hand, no hot spots. Pretty thin behind the edge, I feel. Let's do a measurement and find out. Yeah, 0.0220. Wow. Wow, that is... No. Guys, we're getting 0.0190. Okay. Oh, that's why. Stupid calipers. I'm thinking that's crazy. 0.023 behind the edge. That's pretty thin. Pretty thin behind the edge, guys. So it's a good slicer. It's got a nice blade shape, nice blade profile. Not too aggressive. Looks nice. I mean, it's a good looking knife. I do feel like, again, same with the Shard and the Statera, that they're missing not doing the two-tone blade, because I think that black and then the satin two-tone they do would look so good, especially with this black hardware. It would have looked really, really good. I'm pretty sure it's probably cheaper just to do satin. That's probably why, but anyway. Good flipping action, guys. Really smooth. Like I said, just every way you can deploy it works well. I really have nothing bad to say about this knife, and I can't tell you how much I'm impressed by Civivi this year. These two are their latest offerings, and they're awesome. I mean, they're literally changing, I feel like, the game when it comes to the budget knife world. I mean, you're getting way more knife for your money out of these guys. You really are. I mean, this one's going on the top 50 list, top 5 or top 10 under 50 bucks for this year. I can already tell you that for sure. Like, no doubts in my mind. I'd have to sit and think about all the knives under $50 because there's so many. There's a lot of good options. But what you're getting out of this is D2 steel with a really nice flipping action, some titanium hardware, get these cool dragon scales. Might not be for everyone. People might not like that. It does add some nice texturing, and plus it just looks cool, in my opinion. So you're getting a lot of knife for the money, for 40 bucks. I mean, again, whenever I get a knife like this, and like the Statera, and I think, why am I paying so much for other knives? And these are just fantastic for EDC, and they do everything I need them to. One thing people will love, they did not do gold liners, and you wouldn't see them anyway. There is liners on both sides. There is obviously the liner lock, and then there is another supportive liner on the inside, and you can't see it offhand. Where's my flashlight? I should have one sitting around here somewhere. Of course I don't when I need it, but there is a liner inside of there, and it is very thin, and it goes along the entire part of the handle, and it is skeletonized. So 3 ounces. When I first saw this, I thought the FRN and stuff, I got excited, like, ooh, this could be the bug out replacement, you know, for a really good deal. It's still not nearly as light. It's a good ounce, 1.2 ounces heavier than the Benchmade bug out. Obviously, way cheaper knives as well. So if you don't, you know, not concerned about weight, it's very, very lightweight still at exactly 3 ounces. But yeah, feels great in the hand. Nice jimping up here. Can't think of anything else, honestly, at this point that I could add to this besides the fact that you should use that discount code and buy you one. I think they may be out of stock right now. Let's actually check a look-see here. Let's see if they've got them in stock. They had, like I said, black and green. Let's see if they've got them in. If not, I'm sure they're getting more. The problem with this is that doing videos like this, man, people start buying them like crazy, then they're hard to get. The black one's out of stock. The green one is also out of stock, darn it. So at the time of this video, they're both out of stock, but when they do come back, you know, sign up for notifications. When they do get them back in stock, make sure you use that discount code. It saves you 10%, and you also get free shipping, which is fantastic. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video on the Civivi Wyvern. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and see you on the next one.